These new rods by Shimano called Therese. This is a very light rod, but very powerful. I really like them. This is a 30 to 65 pound rated rod. I have 30-pound braid on here. I use the Shimano Sargosis. This is a 6,000. I use the 6 and the 8,000. Of all the reels, these are I found have been the best reels for me. I pretty much have gone to exclusive to all Sargosas, and for everything I'm doing offshore and inshore now. Really a great rod. Got a big handle to grab onto, so got a lot of torque in them, and I've caught countless fish on them, and their drags are still as smooth as the day I got them. So they're really a good quality reel, and that's important when you go and get a rod and reel. You want to get a good reel. Too many people try to go cheap on it. What happens is they'll start break, especially with bigger fish. They're not. You can see how fast those kingfish were running. You wear your drags out. These reels are made for that type of fishing. So I highly recommend this setup. And for a 30 to 65 pound rod, that's pretty light. See, 2 fingers, and you see how well it's weighted. That's how you can always tell you have a good setup too. If it starts dipping, it's not weighted properly. See how even that is? That's a great setup right there. If you're fishing for king mackerel, you gotta use wire. What I like is number 5, and very simple. Any place will have it, and it comes bundled up like this. You know, what you want to use is what's called a haywire twist when you put it on, and they even sell tools if you don't know how to twist wire with your hand to help you twist the wire. And it's very important, if you can see here, the twist, the wraps are what hold it, and then the twist right here is actually what holds it, and then you wrap it around the end and break it off. Everybody thinks it's the wrap. It's actually the wire twisted on itself, and that keeps it from pulling down on itself. Too many people just do the wraps, and you got to make sure they're twisted and on top of each other, if you can see that. A lot of people get mixed up between a threadfin herring and a pilchard, but you can tell by 2 things. The pilchard, you can see, has the bigger eye, and the threadfin herring has smaller eye, and also has this, which that's why they call a threadfin. So I netted those, and we started off, you know, fishing those, and I was live chumming with these. Once I got the fish going, we got a couple on live bait, and I kept chumming, the fish got more active. I wanted to throw lures. And so one of the lures we use is what's called a skitter walk. And it's a topwater lure. This is actually an inshore lure. A lot of the stuff that will work inshore will work offshore. You just have to find different applications how to use it. The other lure we were throwing, I was throwing a hoagie lure. And I was throwing it on a jig head. Unfortunately, this is all I have left because we went through all of them. They work so well. But you can still see part of the head. And just very simple rig. You know, you use a number 5 wire, which you can find in any tackle shop. And, you know, a jig head, you want to find one with a good hook on it. Too many jig head companies you'll get, they don't have strong enough hooks. So if you hook a big king or something like that, it'll straighten out on you. So it's very important you find a good, sharp, strong hook. At the end of the day, we got a really big king. I'm the biggest one. I got one about 40 pounds. And actually the hoagie we had was bit in half, but I used it like a bucktail jig. I let it sink down the bottom and worked it up like a jig. Today it was a little bit better than my expectations, so I was very happy and very pleased.